Hey guys, JJ here. Just a quick disclaimer at the start of this episode. We are talking about a lot of anime, some of them being Naruto, Death Note, Bofuri, and Scarlet Nexus. If you don't want spoilers for those, then please come back another time once you've watched them, once you've seen them through to the end, because it gets a little bit intense. What up? How's it going, everybody? Are you really opening a soda right now?
that's how I'm gonna segue this episode of NerdRant.
I want a soda. Do I get a soda?
Nice cherry Coke.
Bruh.
Anyway.
I had butterbeer earlier. We're fine.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Zombrain, also known as Jeff the Killer. What? No. Who am I? I forget.
You're.
I'm special.
Dad?
Son? Are you winning, son?
Hello? No, I'm losing immensely.
Valid. Anyway, who are you?
I'm Junior Wolf, aka Juja.
Valid. And this is NerdRant. I already said that, but I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah. Can you believe it? This is NerdRant.
Whoa. So, what are we doing today, JJ? Are we gonna talk about Marvel? Perhaps Fortnite?
Other than making you suffer,
we're talking about
anime.
That's how I'm gonna feel the entire episode.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna preface this right here. This is a part one of what's going to be a long journey
of JJ's anime life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As you guys know, Seth is already a big weeb. He's seen like all the good animes and whatnot.
I've seen the main. Okay.
Watching
for the people that do watch anime, I've seen a lot of the mainstream, like One Piece and Naruto and Death Note. But I have seen some subtler ones, like Lord Marksman. Promised Neverland, which is slightly smaller. Some other smaller ones, but we'll get into that later.
I don't know what those are.
That's the point. When I say mainstream, those are the ones that non-anime people will know. But if you're a true anime fan, you've seen the smaller ones. You know, the ones that don't have millions of votes on their on my anime list. The smaller ones.
Definitely. But yeah, Seth has seen a bunch of them. I have now seen 4. I have now seen 4 total.
Do you know what's funny? On the thing, it's just a lot of small lines.
Seth was mesmerized by Audacity.
It doesn't take much to please me. I'm a very simple man. All I need is Fortnite and a console to run it, and I'll be set for hours.
Let's be honest here. You'd be set for days.
No, hours, because then I'd switch to anime for a bit, then back to Fortnite.
Yep. Which is a perfect segue back to our topic. Right there. So now that I have seen 4 anime, we're going to
say the
part
anime.
1
Let's
of my
say
anime
the anime.
journey. I was getting to that. Chill.
Because then I'm going to say all the anime I've watched 2 episodes later. Okay, I'm done.
Definitely. Okay, so I've now seen Bofuri, I don't want to get hurt, so I max out my defense. Scarlet Nexus, Death Note, and original Naruto.
4 claps.
Thank you.
1 for each anime.
Yeah. Clapping intensifies.
Okay. So, how do we want to start this? I've also seen all of these except Naruto. Scarlet Nexus. I've seen Naruto.
I was gonna say, no shot, buddy.
I've seen all of Naruto, filler included, and all of Shippuden, and about 100 episodes of Boruto. I have not seen all of Scarlet Nexus because I'm playing through the game, and that's going to spoil some parts, so I'm going to watch it as I play the game. Yeah. But I know enough about it. The other ones I've seen.
All of them.
Yes.
But yeah, this is going to be interesting because so far, there's a lot of good and a lot of bad things about the entire anime world. So, if you do follow me on Instagram, I've kind of been posting my thoughts on some things, and it's interesting for sure.
Just a bit.
Just a tad. So, is there anything you want to preface this with?
JD doesn't know what he's talking about, so don't listen to him.
Okay, so then I follow that with anime is great, guys.
Anyway.
No, so okay, the first one I watched was the Bofuri one.
Do we want to talk about each individual, or do you just want to start off with just ranking each one? Like, out of the four...
I was gonna like, go
anime
chronologically, like, when I watched them.
Okay.
So, I started with...
This just shows how we don't plan this out beforehand.
Yep, it's very chaotic.
Go ahead.
Okay, so try number 3. I started it with Bofuri.
I maxed out my defense.
Yep. That one, my uncle / cousin who both watch it, not one person, 2 people. I should. Not my uncle / cousin.
I was about to say, hold up.
My uncle.
What kind of family dynamic is that?
Introduced me to it, and I was watching it. I was like, this is pretty interesting. And I decided to go and watch it on my own time. I think I finished in 2 days because I literally had nothing else to do on summer break.
Mood.
Yep. So I watched that. It was pretty great, not gonna lie. I enjoyed the story, and it was based around a video game, so it was something I was already interested in.
Yep.
It was like a more simple version of Sword Art Online, I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I'd say that. And that's one reason why I started with Sword Art, that's one of my first anime and the first ones I really liked. For the same reason. It's a video game. Something I can relate to.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed that one. I feel like characters could use a little bit of work. They didn't have a lot of arcing throughout the anime, but there is a second season coming out in the start of 2023, so we'll see what happens. They'll probably improve.
I'm trying to think what type of anime that is.
What do you mean?
There's different types of anime, like isekai, like there's a whole, like, different genres, right? Shonen, that's like from the shonen manga, right? The magazines that have 1 chapter each, that'd be like Naruto, Bleach, that's where the big 3 are. There's another genre, I don't know these terms, that's what I'm trying to look up. There's another genre, it's like where if you die and then you get reincarnated, that's a whole genre.
You're joking me. There's enough that do that to be a genre?
Yeah, so like there's a isekai, all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to figure out which one this is.
Bro child. Why is a reincarnation a genre?
Because
that
why not?
Hurts me inside. Well, okay. That's nice. Honestly, out of the 4 animes, I'd probably say it was probably number 3.
Oh, so it's not number 4.
Nope, it is not number 4.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, but there's one that came below it.
Isekai.
A Gizzy type.
That's what it's called. Isekai, which it looks like is when the main character is a girl.
Bruh.
Yeah. And you know what?
Jelly.
It's from University of Philippines Anime Manga Enthusiasts.
That's great.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about Bofuri? I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense.
Not really. What about you? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Not really. There's some other anime that we can talk about and actually have people want to hear about.
It's probably true.
Like almost every other one.
Well, we can segue to our next one then.
Okay, what's
Scarlet
the next
Nexus.
What's that? I never heard of it. Actually, I have a whole bunch of strings.
Well, yeah, see, Scarlet Nexus is not only the best video game on Earth.
No, it's Fortnite.
But it's also a pretty dang great anime.
It's Fortnite. We both know that.
Debatable. No.
Yeah.
Scarlet Nexus is better.
No.
Yeah, just wait. Scarlet Nexus collab will be there soon. Then Fortnite can take the cake.
Okay. So, what? I've seen about half of it. I was on episode, like, 10 to 13, somewhere in between there.
Yeah, I think it was like 27 to 30 episodes, so.
Yeah. The average is around 24 to 26. That's be like an average, like, small anime.
Yeah. Thoughts?
It's good. This is more your journey, and me just me just saying how stupid you are, how good you are.
Of course. I don't know what I would expect.
I mean,
you know?
if you want me to talk, that's going to be 90% of the show, so I'm trying to make this episode more about you, because it feels like every other episode's me talking majority of the time. Do you want that to happen again?
I think Audacity is proof of that.
Yeah, do you want me to do that again, or do you want me to actually, like, give you some?
Okay, I get what you're throwing down. So,
what if I want to throw up?
This anime. I'm gonna throw you up.
Excuse me? I wonder what kind of genre of anime that is. I think that's a genre too. I'm kidding.
Regurgitation anime?
Okay. What's the... Go ahead. Wait, JJ, no shot. I just got a party invite from Japanese characters. Okay, go ahead.
Well, Scarlet Nexus anime was a different kind of thing, because obviously it's not a video game thing. Well, technically it is, but like it's not the anime isn't set in a video game.
No.
It's set in technically modern day, but a different universe, because it is set in 2020.
Yeah.
But it's a very different feel because it's a brain punk anime is what they refer to it as. So it's like kind of futuristic, but also kind of like superpowery. I don't know. I can't words for that, but you know.
That's fair.
But I think the animation quality could have been better, but obviously Bandai Namco doesn't usually make anime for their anime games.
Yeah.
So it was a first for them. So for the sake of that, I would say it was good for what it was. Obviously, it's just the story of the game, so it doesn't earn too many points for that.
Yeah.
I also feel like it wasn't able to flesh out the characters as much as the game, but, you know, side effects of being a limited anime.
Yep.
But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the world they create, and some of the fight scenes were absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I liked it. I like the art style more. That was a good art style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Art style was great.
Yep.
Are you still Googling things?
I'm reading a whole article from the Looper about different types of anime.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
Like isekai, harem, ichikai.
So in other words, I'm not going to hear from you for the next week.
Probably. Well, let's wait till we get to Naruto. Hey, wait a minute!
Oh, perfect segue. Our next anime that I've watched is Naruto.
I definitely didn't know that.
Whoa, crazy, bro.
Okay.
No, funny story for anyone who
yes, let's talk
know.
about this.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're going to talk about. Hey, segue to our Fortnite. Hey, I think this happened live, didn't it? Yeah, go have this on my live stream.
Live. Yep.
Fortnite, yep. Naruto Rivals.
So I believe this was this the first Naruto collab?
No, second.
During that one?
Second.
Okay.
Yep.
So during the second Naruto collab with Fortnite, when they released their second batch of characters, I think it was like a month or two before that, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start Naruto, but I'm not gonna tell Seth because he's been bugging me about it for so long. I'm just gonna watch all the way through and then tell him and see his reaction. And so for those 2 months, I'm like casually dropping knowledge bombs on the series, like, oh yeah, I know that happened. Or I just like casually explain a scene and say, oh no, I just saw it while scrolling Instagram. And he doesn't think much of it.
So, okay, to give me, like, you know, for my credit, I do send him a lot of anime TikToks and Twitter posts. So, like, especially now, like, he says this all the time, like, the amount of anime content he gets because of what I send him. So I thought it was just one of those, because I've seen so many clips of the first Naruto arc just scrolling through YouTube and Twitter. Like,
Yeah. So when the second collab comes out in the shop, I'm like, so Seth, if I told you that I like have now seen all of Naruto up to this point, would you buy me a skin? And do you remember what you said?
Sure.
He said sure, guys.
Something like that. I don't remember. Guys, I can rarely remember what I said yesterday.
The way I remember it, you said something along the lines of sure, but you said it in a way that made it sound like you don't think I would ever do that.
I mean,
like
probably
something that came across as, yeah, I don't believe you do that for a second, buddy. And then I'm like, okay, so I've watched up to this point now.
But season 5. It
like,
was season 5.
Wait.
And I'm like,
That makes sense.
Sassy. And then you go, what?
Yeah. So then he bought me the Orochimaru skin because he's one of my favorite characters.
You like touching kids.
Excuse me?
That's Orochimaru. If you like Orochimaru and he's one of your favorite, you like touching kids. It's the same thing as liking Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
I like the ominous psychological villains. Thank you very much.
Like Light Yagami, not Orochimaru.
I'm gonna light your Yagami. Anyways, so it was an interesting journey those first few seasons, especially not being able to have things explained to me as I go. I was like, so what the heck is happening? Why does that exist? Who is this character? Why do they matter?
And I probably could have explained it all.
Why does this episode not have anything to do with the story whatsoever?
Oh yeah, so this is a completely different topic, but we've had a whole topic. He barely didn't even know that things were not canon. He didn't know filler was a thing.
Yep. I thought, okay, well, here's the thing. So every show, it doesn't matter what show it is, every show is going to have those episodes that don't really focus on the main story, but they're still technically canon to the world, to the characters.
Not anime!
So, yeah, it's not anime. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so now that you've explained your journey, let's hear about your thoughts on the show, because I haven't really heard this either.
Okay. So, okay.
Oh wait, you never ranked Scarlet Nexus out of 4.
Out of 4?
Of the anime that you've watched.
I would say Scarlet Nexus is number 2.
2? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to agree with you, but we'll get there later. Go ahead and explain your thoughts on this show.
So, Naruto was a ride. I no way I put this is gonna be good. It was annoying. I feel like is the best way to put it. I was upset with the way the characters were done in so many situations. Naruto was such a brat. Sakura was freaking useless.
Yeah.
Freaking Kakashi needed more spotlight. Come on, bro. He was sidelined for so long.
Kakashi's Pog.
Right? Need we even mention the 4th?
The 4th?
The 4th character.
Sasuke?
Yeah.
I thought when you said the 4th, that refers to the Hokage, the 4th Hokage. People just refer to him as the 4th. And I'm like, how dare you just be like, no, we don't need to mention the 4th. The 4th is an important character that's dying! No, the 4th character, 4th main character. The 4th member of Team 7, if you want to be specific.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, let's hear your opinions on him.
He made me mad. He had no reason to be as hostile as he did, and even when they explained what his reason was, it was such a stupid reason because he's literally in the same situation as Naruto.
Okay.
Somewhat.
2 things about that. 1, I agree. Actually, 3 things. 1, I agree. 2, he's my least favorite character in the entire show. And 3, when I see TikToks of how these characters looked beforehand because, the pilot or the test episodes, Sasuke wasn't supposed to be in. Yeah. In his original idea of Naruto, Sasuke wasn't supposed to be the main character. Or not main character, but he wasn't supposed to be there.
That makes sense, actually.
The editors just wanted him to have a rival. So Sasuke was born. So Sasuke is more useless than Sakura.
Why couldn't the kid be his rival?
The kid's stupid.
But he's fun. I liked him.
He got annoying.
Nah, he was great.
The whole 3rd Hokage lineage is annoying.
The whole Hokage thing is just confusing.
How so? Let's hear this. Let's hear your thoughts on this.
Well, there's so many of them, and we only got names for like a couple of them. Some of them don't even come up frequently, which you'd think if they are such important things in their world that they would come up more often.
I mean, Shippuden.
Really? Bruh.
It's only gonna take about episode 350.
Oh, jolly. Counting filler?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely skipping filler for
I told him
Shippuden.
nobody's gonna be mad at him skipping filler.
Yeah.
Everyone told me I'm crazy when I told them I watched filler, and I'm like, you're not wrong.
I watched the filler for original Naruto because I wanted to stick with it, and
Now he knows how
honestly,
useless
at this
it is.
point,
It's not.
Yeah, it's like it's no use whatsoever.
Now there might be a certain arc or something I might tell you to watch because there are some fun arcs that are filler. Like in original Dragon Ball Z, like there's one filler where they learn to drive. That doesn't relate to the story at all, but it's goofy and it's fun, right? Like that's some of people's favorite episode. But there's like an entire like 10 episode arc that's not canon and it's stupid, and Naruto gets married but he's not married. Like it's weird. It's weird. And it gets really confusing because it's in the middle of a battle. It go from battle to 10 episodes of filler back to battle. Filler sucks.
That's always great.
Anyway, But yeah, Hokage are gonna play a bigger role in Shippuden.
It sounds like really the meat of the entire franchise is Shippuden.
No, it is. Like, the original Naruto, you know, you had a build of some of the characters, but, like, this is where Sasuke and his brother have, like, character development. This is where we learn more about Kakashi's father. We learn about Naruto's family. All of that is in Shippuden.
I am so glad that there's actually going to be substance here.
Yes. Between the 300... It's literally a 70% filler, so between all of that, there's
Yeah.
substance.
Which, by the way, you should probably send me a good filler guide, because I don't know where to look.
What are you gonna watch it on?
What is it on? I think it's on Netflix,
No,
maybe?
Hulu.
No?
If it's on
Hulu?
something.
Oh,
If
then I
it's
guess
on
it'd be
something. It's not on Netflix, I know that. So if it's on something, it's
then
probably,
it's probably
Hulu.
Hulu then.
But the reason I ask is because certain websites actually, when you scroll through episodes, it says filler next to the episode. Like episode 1, filler. Episode 2, with the websites that I use. So that's why I say that. I can send you that. That's different. Hey, I'm gonna put that let's put that in the link to the episode for anyone that wants to watch Naruto and
send
Naruto
that to
Shippuden.
me.
We're gonna put that in the description for your guys' sake.
That way you can also join us on this odd journey.
Yeah. Should I guess, do you want to hear my complaints about Sasuke and how much he infuriates me?
Sure.
Alright. He's my least favorite character in all of Naruto. 1, he just doesn't need to be there. 2, he's weak. Like the first arc, okay, he's stronger than Naruto, and then he gets his Nine Tails power, and he just completely Sasuke is useless compared to Naruto. Naruto's doing everything. It only skyrockets. Like, the battle that they have at the hospital. Like, remember the back? Like, Sasuke got his hand stuck, and Naruto completely shot out the entire other side of this metal container of water. Metal's hard enough, but with water too, and just completely blowing it out, that takes a lot of force. Like, he's just useless, and then his entire drive is being mad at his brother. Okay, Naruto got treated worse than you. Everyone liked you. Even if you're mad at your brother, everyone liked you, Sasuke. Nobody likes Naruto. So why are you the one that's, edgy and emo? Like, it's so stupid. And, I don't know. It's just the fact that after him leaving the village and trying to kill Naruto multiple times, the fact that Naruto still wants to be friends with him and try to get him back. I don't know about you, but if my best friend tried to kill me and kill the village and etc., I ain't gonna try to be besties with him no more. They ain't no longer my bestie. So why the hell is Sasuke Naruto's bestie still?
Yeah.
That pretty much summarizes it.
Oh boy. That's
It gets worse in Shippuden.
Oh, that's great to hear. I'm so excited to jump into more of Doom.
Yep.
Not the video game series.
Yeah. So, anything else about Naruto?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
So let's see. We talked about story. What do you think? Okay, so the other two, Scarlet Nexus, whatever. Now that we're getting into like these mainstream anime, what do you think about power systems? I think that's a good thing to talk about when we start to because that's a big topic. Like that's one reason why One Piece is my favorite. I love the Devil Fruit and Haki power system. So how do you feel about the whole ninja world's power system with jutsu and taijutsu and ninjutsu and genjutsu?
I feel like it makes zero sense thus far because sometimes they'll use something that would come in greatly handy later, but they don't use that. They're just like, uh-oh, we have no solution to this problem, even though 3 episodes ago we used something that could easily get us out of this issue.
But see, plot. That make it too easy. Because here's the thing, Naruto's actually extremely broken in his own world, so if he really wanted to, he can solo everyone.
See, here's the thing, though. That's why you gotta set it up nicely so that in your first episode, you don't give the character the literal power of a god.
But that's boring.
Like, bruh. It genuinely hurt me watching that first episode of Naruto. Like, why would you... For one, why would you reveal that your character has the power of a god in the first episode? Why would you not like make that a whole season-long reveal? You know, build up to it. Why do I have this power? Where
it's
is
not
it
a
coming
power of a
from?
god yet.
Okay, whatever.
Ninetales and God are literally in the show, and they're different. I'm sorry. So like they're different.
Still though, it's very, very powerful, and it feels like something that there would be a build-up to. Like that would have been such great story and plot, like a season-long adventure. Why do I have this power? Where did it come from? Oh look, it was a sacrifice thing.
But JJ,
the big foxy dude did the Madoodle Bop. What?
But JJ, that makes sense. So
It's not gonna happen.
One thing that I think you will be happy about, there's a lot of character development with Kurama, who is the Ninetales in Shippuden.
Okay, well, that's good.
Like, I get what you're talking about, but I think
like
there is some
been
development. But here's the thing, like, that's kind of like the whole premise of the character, like him learning how to handle it, tame it, shove it down, eventually take it out, and the conflict arises when he gets more and more tails. Like episode 1 is like 2, or the first time it's like 1 tail, then it's 2 tails. Oh no, 4 tails have been released. Like that's kind of like a big part of it. So I get what you're saying, but it's also kind of like the whole part of the show.
Yeah.
Is the Ninetales fox inside Naruto?
I just think it would have been better, more like even healthier, I'd say, for the story, to make it at least like a few episodes of a reveal. Because like in 20 minutes trying to establish a world, establish characters, and establish that, hey, there's this whole history that we're just gonna drop on you in like 5 sentences. Would have been better if they stretched that out.
Do you know how you can fix that? Read the manga.
I can't read.
But it's 99% pictures.
Jared. I'm 19 and don't know how to read.
But it's mostly pictures.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is. Have you seen manga?
Sigh.
Okay. So, enough said about Naruto, I think.
Yep. Well, I gotta rate it. That's the last thing.
Yep. Time to rate it.
Either the first place, the last place slot. Which one do you think it goes in?
Well, out of how I know about you and the fact that you like Orochimaru, and the final anime is this other anime that I already kind of hinted at, but I'm not gonna say it until you say it. I'm gonna say 7.
For the team number.
Oh wait, I didn't even do that.
No, it gets last place. Unfortunately, it was a good watch. I'm glad I've seen it now, but it definitely is not the greatest of the ones I've seen.
Shippuden is 10 times better.
I'm looking forward to it.
But so for me, I've seen all of the big 3. I've seen all of Bleach, and I'm caught up on the dub of 1,000-Year Blood War. I've seen almost 900 episodes, I think over 900 episodes of One Piece. And I've seen all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Of the big 3, Naruto is 1,000% my least favorite. like I said, like that whole premise of Sasuke, it's just kind of stupid. Like he doesn't need to be there, and I don't know. I kind of get, and like when I see people's reasoning why he's one of their favorite side characters, I get it. But I just can't get behind the fact that Naruto's trying to get this guy that's trying to kill him to be besties.
Yeah.
Like I just don't like that. So I've seen much worse anime, but of the big three, it is my least favorite.
Yep.
So I'm on the same boat of you. Like, it's not as good as people, but I also do understand that you got to remember the time period. People love it because it's one of their first. Like, they started with Naruto. They grew up with it. So a lot of people are saying, like, going back and how it's not as good. Sure, it's not as good as some anime now, but you can't bash it too much because so many people started with it. That's one of my first big anime, and I'm still really happy to watch it. There's some really good stuff in Shippuden.
Definitely.
But it also has one of my... I do really like the way the original Naruto ended, where they had to get the bombs. I really like that mini arc. I think that's filler. I think that was a filler arc, but I think that was a really wholesome but fun one.
Definitely.
So, time for the final anime.
So, as it stands, just to remind you, it goes Naruto, Bofuri, and then Scarlet Nexus. So this next one is number 1 on my list.
Did you say best for last on purpose?
Maybe, who knows?
Time travel. What?
It could be the fact that, you know, we have half an hour left, and I think this is going to take up most of that, so...
Yeah.
So, this is the last one that I finished literally today.
Wait, let's see if they can guess it. It has a book, and the guy uses a pen. Guess the anime. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is it, JJ?
Death
Note!
Yep. Oh gosh. Okay. So I love this anime.
It's mid.
By far my favorite. Oh gosh. I have so many words. Okay. Let's start at the beginning, right? From the get-go, it already started so much better than Naruto because it established characters in one episode and then established the world in the next episode. Which was so intelligent.
Not to mention the fact that they're not crimming the entire power system on go. They're giving all these rules, and the first, 5 episodes are him testing out the Death Note.
Right? I feel like laying out the parameters and having the character have to actually learn them over the course of, him studying the notebook was such a smart play because then the audience then learns with him what does and doesn't work.
Even the Shinigami Ryuk doesn't even know the fact that you can write a death down before the name, and then it'll come true. He even said that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's so much better than just everyone knowing everything in episode 1.
Yeah. And he's I can words, I promise.
Debatable.
The fact that they made the main character practically a genius was such a good move because now you have a genius
versus
with such an impossible power that is playing with morality at the same time. It's crazy. Such a great setup.
Boy, that's crazy.
Girl, why you acting so great?
This isn't Gravity Falls. This is anime. Come on.
Anime. Come on.
I'm going to murder your entire clan. I'm gonna pull an Itachi. I'm gonna pull an Itachi. I'm gonna remove all the white from the world. That sounds really bad out of context.
That's
Don't take that out of context. His last name's White. Please.
Okay. Wow. Moving on to that.
Nah, Light's someone committing mass genocide. But is it bad?
See, from the start, you were very much on his side. You could see why he was doing it, and you could get behind his stance easily. But as the show went on, you start to see a little bit more and more. Gosh, he's kind of the villain here, isn't he? I wouldn't have made that choice if I were him.
I mean, murder. I know they're bad, but murder.
Yeah.
And I think,
Okay.
and we can talk about that after we go through the anime. We can maybe talk about some more thoughts of the topics of the anime, because this one is more of like one that kind of plays on society and like different parts of it. Whereas Naruto is just ninja, and especially when you get to Shippuden, there's some ninja ideology going on that we can talk about. But the original, there's nothing really to talk about. Whereas Death Note has some really good questions and thought-provoking ideals.
Yeah.
So they planned it out much better than Naruto, the original Naruto. I must agree. How do you feel about the other characters? You said you liked Light, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about the other characters, like Ryuk and Lel?
So Ryuk was cool. Here's the thing with him. I feel like there's so much more they could have done with him. Like he's literally a god of death, right? So he could be a bigger piece in this story, but they made him practically just a pet, which was kind of unfortunate. I feel like maybe give him the opportunity to make some more deals or something like that. Different deals that would do different things to you, but give you different abilities.
I get what you're saying, but the whole point of the show, technically, is he's bored, and he just wants to see what a human will do.
Yeah.
So, like, I get what you're saying, but, like, the whole point is the fact that he doesn't want to do anything. He's just bored and watching.
Yeah. But I did enjoy his character. The whole apple thing was funny.
Yeah. Apples are great.
Okay, L. Oh boy. So, if I had any problem with the show, I'd have to say it would be L. And that's not because I don't like his character. I think his character was great. He managed to not be funny, but still make you laugh. And he seemed like a easy counterpart to Light's genius.
But not so much.
Yeah, sure. But, like, I did enjoy his character, and I'll say here, this is one thing that I did want to bring up on the episode, was the whole, like, color scheme thing they had going on for the anime, right? Light was always red, and L was always blue, right?
Yeah.
And if there was ever a scene where one of them was thinking to themselves, or, like, they're having a mental showdown, it would always shift the colors so that Light's hair was red and L's hair was blue. They did that like 3 times.
Oof.
Why did that not happen every episode? That would have been such a great theme. Like, that, I loved when that happened. It was so cool to me. And then they just didn't do it.
It's okay, bud. It's okay.
That annoys me so much because it looked so cool.
JJ, do you know...
visually, that was awesome, and they managed to make it flow so well with the story and characters.
Do you know why it didn't happen?
Because it makes too much sense.
So it's not gonna happen. That really is our catchphrase. I don't know how to feel about it working with everything from DC to anime to Fortnite. I hate it.
Yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. There's always each anime always has like that unique thing to it. Like in One Piece, they have Conqueror's Haki, which is like just their will, and they fight with it. Kind of like what you're saying, like their mental battles. It's kind of like that. And the clashes, like it's really cool scene where like black and red lightning like kind of clash from where they're hitting each other with. And it's really cool, and I wish that would happen more. But you also gotta think about like logically like that. Not everyone is a conqueror. Like not everyone has like this power. So like yes, it'd be cool to see that more. But like the other reason you might have to think about why it doesn't happen more, it really pushes those specific scenes more than others. Because if that happened every single time we saw one of them like clashing, that would kind of take away from that. Like the significance of those specific scenes.
Especially when they were working together, I feel like it would have made sense when L dropped a lot of bombs along the way. Like, ooh, I think you're Kira because X, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like those scenes, especially right after he says that, shift those colors, right? Switch it back. He's now thinking to himself, how did he figure this out? Oh my gosh, and connecting the dots. Like, I feel like that's such a great moment to do it, and they did it like once or twice, and then they didn't do it. And that makes no sense. Like, it's not like the scenes weren't there. Like, they had the scenes, like, right after he would drop those bombs where Light is thinking to himself. Like, you hear his thoughts.
it wouldn't have been hard to shift the colors. Like, it's such a cool trademark to have, and they didn't do it.
Okay, so I need to preface that I have not seen all of I've seen all of Death Note, but I haven't seen all of it for, like, years, so I'm trying to remember, like, the second half, like, that whole battle with L. So I'm trying to remember that stuff. Because I meant to watch it, but then I played Fortnite all
That's
day.
another thing. The whole battle with L felt like such a great, like, challenge throughout the series. And then on episode, like, what, 20, 18 to 20, they just kill him?
He did.
There's 37 episodes, and on episode 18 to 20, they just kill him?
Yeah.
Like, that felt so cheap to me. I was so disappointed. Because, like, Elle is such a great character. They had such, like, great screen chemistry with each other. I loved his attitude. The voice actor was doing great with the dub. Like, I absolutely loved it. And then you know what they do? They say, you know what? We're going to kill off one of our two main characters and replace him with a literal copy just with a higher voice and more of a childish behavior.
Are you sure it was like episode 18 and 20? Because I'm scrolling through and it looks like he's still in episode 25.
Oh, was it really that far ahead?
And I see him in episode 26 too. So not
Even
quite
so,
far.
it was
That's
too
only,
early.
That's only about 10 episodes. And like I said, like, I feel like a lot of the second half is filler. I don't know, but I think it is, where it's like more anime, or it's one of those cases where that's where the story is supposed to end, but then they need to make more episodes.
Yeah, no, those specials / movies I was talking about that were made for Death Note.
Yeah.
The first one was Ryu telling the story to another Shinigami, and he ended it there. Like, he ended the story after L died.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I
And
don't
I
know
feel
if
like
it's
that-
just anime filler, like that's what they made, or the manga artist just had to keep writing more, like the editors was making him. But I said
It
that
easily felt like
after
it could have
that
ended
death, it just felt pointless. Like, you didn't need to watch it, other than maybe the ending to see what happens with Light. But other than that, like, it's just kind of filler. Like, it's not useless.
I mean,
So you're saying
I still
that?
enjoyed the story, and I think it makes sense the way they took it, but, like, I definitely wouldn't have been upset if that's where it ended, because it felt like a good triumph, you know, especially with the conclusion that they gave in the next episode. It was just kind of reflecting over the entire series, and then, like, yes, 4 years later, this is what happened.
Like I
you know?
said, like I almost
It's
see
a
like
new world.
I almost see it like 2 seasons. Like season 1 ended with that. It's like 26 episodes, which is about an average anime length. Like it's about 24 to 26 episodes, and then season 2's filler. That happened with Blue Exorcist. Episode 1 is like 24, 26, or season 1, and season 2, which pretty much isn't canon, is about 12 episodes. That's about the same with Death Note. So you kind of throw those that final story into a season 2 and throw it out the door, because it's just So I get what you're saying, but I just see it as, I don't even look at that as part of Death Note.
I think I do, just because it is a good conclusion. Like, I still enjoyed it, despite me dunking on it constantly here. I think I've dunked on this one the most out of all the anime we've talked about so far.
No, it was Naruto.
But it's still my favorite. Like, I 100% loved it all the way through. I just feel like Nier was not nearly, no pun intended, good enough to match up to L, you know?
Yeah. So
It was disappointing.
yeah.
And then there's your freaking Gara wannabe over here, Mello. Literally got the red long hair and, like, looks like he's about to vomit all the time.
Cause he has an upset tummy.
No, but he was odd. I think Mello was an interesting choice.
What'd you think of the anime crush?
Pardon me?
The person that liked Light. I forget her name.
Oh, Misa?
Misa. What'd you think of her?
I honestly liked her in the beginning. She was a fun character, like a good introduction. Obviously, Light hated her, but like that just made it more entertaining.
And then used her brilliantly.
Right? He was smart with it, you know?
He big brain.
Yeah. But no, I did like Misa for a while, and then, you know, kind of went downhill near the end there when he got with the weird lady that he dated like for 2 episodes in the first season. I was like, well, you see, now, even like in the animation quality of the scenes Misa was in, you could tell they didn't care about her nearly as much. Because in the first season, every scene she was in, she was so detailed, like even her outfit's down to a T. And then the second season comes around, and every scene she's in, it looks like freaking original Naruto quality. Like, it's like, what happened?
Welcome to the world of anime, JJ.
Yep. It was a little bit disappointing on that front, but, you know, I still enjoyed both of the characters. I feel like Misa kind of had a short straw. I don't understand why they just literally killed her off in the post-epilogue scene and credit Madoodle Bop at the end.
Because that makes sense, but they're not going to do that. Or it doesn't make sense, they're not. I don't know. I'm tired. It's confusing.
Confused yourself?
I've definitely confused myself. Okay, is there any other parts you want to talk about the anime before maybe we talk about our thoughts of what the anime is about?
Specifically the ending, I think.
You want to talk about the ending a bit? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was underwhelming, I think is the best word. It added up to a great climax and then dropped off so hard. Like, it was like building up to that meeting, and you could tell this meeting was like the final thing that's gonna go down. And then it's like, oh no, it wasn't anything crazy. I was just one step ahead of you the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, I knew what you did. And I feel like it was so not right. Like, if it were Elle there, that would have been such a great scene. Tell you what, but no. This stupid child decided, you know what? Good. I don't know how long that was stopped for. I'm at 45 minutes. How about you?
48.
Okay. So we lost a couple minutes there. It's fine. We'll make it work.
Well, I'm pretty sure those 3 minutes was pretty much just saying we don't have anything else to talk about.
Sure, because we did that for 3 minutes. It's fine.
Yep.
Yep.
We're just gonna segue it like that. Is there anything else you want to talk about, though?
I mean, not particularly. I loved it.
Yep. Hey, who thought you'd like it? Who called you like a whole show about psychological warfare?
Jaden.
Jaden's too stupid to even know what psychological warfare is. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Definitely.
He wants to go to Walmart for manga. Like, what? What?
Oh gosh.
So, do you want to end it with our talking about the topic of Death Note? Like, you know, some of the moral dilemmas?
Yeah.
Alright. So, the whole premise of Death Note is the fact that a high schooler gets the power to kill. And he tries to do it for good. He tries to kill criminals to save the day. You know, destroy evil. But
Justice.
Here's the question. Is that right? Is that actually justice? And we're not going to go into some crazy laws like, well, according to law, section 17.4.b, but like in the moral sense of humanity, is that true justice and is that right? Is killing criminals that are on death row already early just because you can, especially as a high schooler, is that okay? Even if it's going to make the world a better place?
It's definitely interesting to see because a lot of superhero shows these days are all going the route of, oh, we don't have to kill to be good people. We can just put them behind bars.
Or racism, right? That's
Yeah.
another big part about almost everything.
Mm-hmm. And I have to say, I'm not a big fan of that strategy. I'm a huge Punisher advocate. I enjoyed the Punisher because he actually gave justice when it came down to it. Like, Flash, for example, I feel like that's probably the best example. Almost all of his villains were captured, right? And
Yeah.
most of them came back to bite him in the rear end later. If he had just ended them, then there wouldn't be problems later, and all the people that he hurt would then feel better because his reign of terror is over.
I think a prime example of letting them not killing is Joker.
Yeah.
Like, Batman should just kill him. But also, like, should he? Like, isn't that just becoming the person that Joker wants him to be?
But
like,
at that point, it would be more good. Like, even though, yes, you are technically killing somebody, it's
You're
still
becoming
doing
the
more
monster.
good than the person staying alive is.
But is it? Like, yes, in the outcome, like, that's the same thing of, like, you know, people say, should we just kill baby Hitler? Right? Like, he's terrible. He did terrible things. But is it? Is you killing a baby because it hasn't done anything yet? Right? Like these villains, like, okay, we killed him. Well, Joker's a really extreme example of that. But some of these other ones, like, they've only killed 2-3 times. That's still a lot. But there is possibility of redemption. We saw that the one time with the one guy, Flash Thompson, right? No. Right?
No.
Flash? No.
Maybe? No.
In CW, Flash, his bully. You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that's super strong. He came back and helped him. And then died. Like, you know, there's always a chance. Another thing, like, you know, the death penalty. You know, some of these people have done terrible things. But here's the thing. With, like, that, like, killing these people, there's no chance of redemption. Like, with the death penalty, there's so many people that are innocent and are in jail. Like, when he's killing those criminals that are in jail, are you able, like, especially, like, on death row, do you know? Is it 100% chance that they did do something? You know what I mean? Like, with these people, they're not Joker. They're not just transforming children into, you know, people to kill their father, like Damien. That's superheroes. But, like, when you're talking, like, real life, there's no 100% chance to know when these people are on death row and they're in jail that they are true criminals, that they are actually evil, that they did something wrong.
Yeah, I feel like the place you draw the line is probably, like, do they show remorse? Because if the person shows, like, honest-to-goodness remorse for their actions and what they've done, then I'd say, sure, give them a shot at redemption, give them a second chance. But if this person is still willing to go and do crimes for their own benefit, to murder people, then just end them.
Yeah, which is the big problem that I have. Like, JJ says, like, just kill him. I'm always, like, conflicted on that because I don't like killing. That's not good. But, like, with someone like Joker, it really would help people. Like, there is no counter to not killing Joker. But, like, that's not what Death Note is. Like, that is really real life. Like, we don't know. And even when they don't show remorse, again, these people aren't killing thousands and thousands and thousands of people. They're not blowing up all of Manhattan. These are just, you know, they broke in and killed 1 or 2 people. They killed 1 family, which is still bad, but compared to some of these extreme cases. But even then, shouldn't we be the bigger man? Like, should we just kill them because they killed? Isn't that not just going to cause that cycle of hatred and evil? Like, I get what you're saying. Like, there should be a line, but should there? Like,
I feel like the knowledge that would be the consequence. Like, they show that in Death Note. Like, the knowledge that Kira is there and he will kill you if you do wrong. There's 70% less crime happening. Like, that is a huge number.
But here's another thing with that. There's these different forms of... He's ruling by fear and not respect. Like, he's ruling because they're scared, not because of, like, that mutual relationship. Like,
but is people not dying because they're scared or better than people dying? Like, I feel like...
I get what you're saying, but, like, I'm trying to think of the 3 words. Like, there's, like, respect, power, and, like, there's a way to get power through fear. Like, you know, like, if you don't do this, you're going to a concentration camp. Like, you're gonna be locked up. Like, that's kind of how Russia was, the Soviet Union. That's not power through, we respect our government and we want to follow the rules. There's always gonna be crime. So, like, yes, that's obviously, they're always... I wish there was something else we can do, but should we use something like, if you don't do this, you're just gonna die. This random person's just gonna make you have a heart attack. Is that right? Even if it's gonna help people, is that the right thing to do? Using fear to help people. That's the big dilemma. I get what you're saying. Like, obviously, yes, anything we can do to lower crime, lower murder, etc., especially, like, by 70%, that's great. But is it the right thing to do? Is that what we should do? Should we scoop down so low that we're going to make them scared of dying? Even because, think about it, not all the criminals also are murderers too. Some of them did other things that they could atone for, like through community service. But even they are scared because they might die. Like, is that right?
I mean, at that point, I feel like it becomes like that's where the moral decision lies is, do you choose the unmoral option to make the world a better place?
Yeah. Which is kind of like the whole point of Light. Like, Kira, like, he even says this, like, he's the only person that is willing to do this. But here's the other thing, this isn't with Light, but, like, that's almost becoming, like, more of a dystopia, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to do anything because they're scared, because even if they accidentally mess up, like, think about how many people have killed somebody because their brakes didn't work, they forgot. It's not like they're purposely trying to kill people. That's still in Light's realm of murder.
Well, no, he kind of explained several times, and this is one reason he, like, had to get in contact with Misa and whoever the third Kira ended up being, I forget his name. He had to get in contact with them so that they would stick with his moral decisions. Like, he wouldn't kill certain people who did certain things. He would only kill people that were 100% guilty, and only if they were, like, past this line of, like, Jurassicism of crime, like only really bad crimes. Like, they're 100% convicted for murder, then he'll kill them. If it's like somebody shoplifted a purse, he's not gonna kill the person.
But here's another thing, and this is where we're gonna go take a twist to religion, because we're both Christians. Is that right? Is that right to do that and punish them for one crime over another? Because that's this whole thing. Like, it's just a moral, social opinion of who's worse and who's not. But for us as Christians, what is the right answer? Because there's really only should be one right answer as Christians. Which is not. God looks at a white lie saying, no, I brushed my teeth when you didn't. That's the exact same thing as mass genocide. They are the exact same thing. They are both sins, and he'll forgive them both. And I really like that, not just, like, especially as a Christian, but I like that, and I feel like that's what our moral society should be like. We look at certain levels of crime as so much worse than others, but should they? That's purely just because of our thoughts, but should they? Because certain people can be redeemed. There are, like, plenty of cases of killers that purposely went in, not all serial killers, because most serial killers are mentally, like, struggling, like psychopaths or something. But there's plenty of people that did kill on purpose, but they very much feel remorse, and they've done great things with their lives. Maybe they didn't get out and go do something, but, in the hospital, they're doing stuff. There's there's Christians that are in prison that were killers and are now preaching the gospel. I mean, we look at back in the time of Jesus. What is one of the worst punishments you can get in the time of Jesus? Crucifixion. Right? You had to have been the worst of the worst to get crucifixion. And didn't Jesus forgive somebody that was on a cross also dying? They had to have done something terrible. I don't think we know in the Bible exactly what he did, but he had to have done something pretty bad, and he's still forgiving. So, that's one reason why I like shows like this, though. It's a really good question that needs to be talked about, and I think they went about it a pretty good way.
Yeah. Because that's
really brings
the
question.
Whole premise of the show. Like, are you rooting for Light or are you not? Which side are you on?
Yeah, so I think you can clearly see my side. But even so, even if I think it one way, I think this is a topic we need to have. Whether I'm right or wrong, this is a very good topic we can have as a society. I don't think this is just something, me and JJ should talk about. This is something as a whole society and something generations should talk about. This is something you should maybe talk with your parents about. What do they think? Sit down and talk about it. What do you think about the death penalty? What do you think about killing to help the world? Is that right? We look at war and what happens in war and the terrors and war crimes that happen almost every single time for some kind of good. Okay, we're going to free this country, but how many people had to die and kill and war crimes that had to happen for that freedom? Go talk about it.
Ow.
Way to ruin the mood! Way to ruin the mood! Wow! Wow!
Rubber band gun.
I'm trying to be super serious. Like, this is a really important, like, part of the episode to go help change the world, and you shoot yourself with a rubber band.
Should I do it again?
No! Maybe don't listen to JJ. I legitimately think there's something wrong up top. I think he has multiple screw looses.
Up top? No, there's something down. Wait, no.
JJ? PG.
Anyway, that's
I hate
about all
you.
the time we have for today.
Do you wanna say anything about my spiel before we end? Give your
God
thoughts.
made you special and he loves you very much.
You know, I really try to do something good and serious, and you really just gave me a middle finger. That's what you did.
No, I give you a pinky finger. There's a big difference.
No, that's a middle finger in Asian culture, and that's what we're talking about, anime. So
I don't understand how the side is in the middle, but okay.
no, like it means the same thing.
Does it?
Yeah.
One is longer than the other, though.
You know what? Screw you. Thank you all for watching. JJ, say bye. Okay, that's it. Bye. Bye.
Later.
Don't forget to follow the podcast's social medias at NerdRant Podcast on both Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget to hit that follow button on Spotify so you never miss a new episode.